They've wrestled quite a few times. The first time they wrestled 4 years ago, it was 2-1 Gilman. He's separated himself since, Jim. Last year, he won major decisions 2 out of 3 matches.
Well, Tim, this is a guy who separated himself from the whole field, not just Lambert. He's clearly the favorite in the weight class this year, and he does what he does so well here, stuffs the head with his long range. He's able to go ahead and hook that near leg, and he's been very solid throughout this tournament. I mean, this not necessarily a real strong 125-pound weight class as far as this field goes, but, you know, it wouldn't make any difference right now the way Gilman is wrestling at this weight. Quick takedown. Lambert, one of those guys that's just been just about a match away, it seems like the last couple of years in the NCAA tournament, becoming an All-American.
3 years in a row. He's an NCAA qualifier, been in that round of 12, and had his heart broken a few times trying to break through this year.
See Gilman back in on the leg. I'll tell you what, his conditioning level this season is, talk about getting off to a fast start. He just looks like he's a 41-pounder out there wrestling 25-pounders. Just his size, his range.
Gilman out to a 4-1 lead. There's Mark Manning, 17th season as Nebraska's head coach. Really done a nice job bringing Nebraska over from the Big 12 to the Big 10 several years ago, and second last year at the Midlands, and in second place right now at the Midlands.
He was excited to bring his squad to the NCAA, or excuse me, the Midlands Championship. He was got 4 guys in the finals, pretty well represented in all the weights. So I think he feels pretty good about his squad this year. Really tough dual meet squad, but a lot of guys that might be ranked in that 5 through 8 category.
Well, just like Timmy Lambert right here. He needs to get in there and get 5th or 6th to score those points for Nebraska, and they have a good chance if those kind of wrestlers can score those kind of points to get a trophy top 4.
Yeah, really well-balanced team.
Gilman starting fast like he usually does. Lots of times Gilman he's the aggressor most of the time, always taking ground, moving forward. Really like his intensity, Jim.
Yeah, Cynthia looked back in on that single leg. And this is where I've seen Gilman really improve this year over other years. He's attacking to the other side of the body, and the referee's going to stop this as a potentially dangerous technique.
Official. There's Tom Brands, the head coach in his 11th season at Iowa, 3-time NCAA champion for the Hawks, an Olympic gold medalist in 1996. Tom Brands and his brother Terry were inducted into the Midlands Wrestling Hall of Fame earlier tonight in an induction ceremony.
Nice gesture on the Brands brothers' part to get over there and get a picture taken with Ken Kraft, the founder of the tournament, and I know that meant a lot to Mr. Kraft and his family. Nice single leg there. Yep, good finish, it looks like. He's able to get the weight on the hands.
And with only 9 seconds left in the first period. 3rd takedown for Thomas Gilman.
Yeah, that's good work by Gilman there. Nice takedown at the end of the period. Never stopping and considering what the time was there, but just going ahead and was taking the opportunities that there. So many guys, particularly when they're getting started here, are just laying off and not getting back, getting on their offense.
Welcome everyone who has been watching the Northwestern Michigan State basketball game, and we're here in the first match of the championship finals for the Midlands Championships on the campus of Northwestern University. Thomas Gilman in the green band for the Hawkeyes, the Iowa Hawkeyes, up against Tim Lambert. Gilman on the strength of 3 takedowns in the first period, out in front 6-3. Gilman, the number 1 seed and the number 1 ranked wrestler in the nation at this weight class, in on that leg.
Yeah, it's just been all Gilman so far. Technically, he's been able to attack both sides of the body. We've seen in the past year where these two guys have gone close to each other. Lambert, 3-time national qualifier here in the round of 12 3 times, but at least a couple times anyway. And Gilman, of course, we've seen him go all the way to the national finals, 4th place finisher a couple years ago. Really kind of the cream of the crop at this weight class. Number 1 ranked guy. And a lot of people think he's got a chance at taking it all this year.
You're listening to Jim Gibbons, national champion wrestler and coach. I'm Tim Johnson, bringing you the Midlands Championships. We're just getting started at 125 pounds. Thomas Gilman for the Iowa Hawkeyes, one of 3 Iowa Hawkeyes in the finals. They're out in front with a more than 10-point lead over Nebraska. Nebraska's second last year at the Midlands, trying to break through. They're in second place right now. 2 Big Ten teams at the top. And we start the night in the championship finals with Iowa and Nebraska.
Gilman really working the other side of the body. That's the side that he really likes to attack there with that left leg of Lambert. He's going to try to hook the bottom leg. Not much real estate to work with, but plenty of time.
No control here,
with 20-some seconds left. And that's what Lambert's been able to do in a lot of his matches, just kind of delay, you know, just that he's pretty solid in these ankle pass situations and creating stalemates. And
Still in, gentlemen, still in.
like Gilman is going to have a difficult time with the time and the real estate left.
Neutral.
They're off the mat, they're going neutral. And Gilman out in front 9-4, Timmy Lambert. As we said, a 3-time NCAA championships qualifier. Also the Tom Osborne citizenship team, 3-time academic All Big Ten. But he has not been able to have Thomas Gilman's number. Gilman, number 1 seed in the Midlands, number 1 ranked on the Intermat rankings, our partner in rankings in the nation at 125 pounds. A good look at this tough and intense 125-pounder, Thomas Gilman. He was 4th 2 years ago, 2nd last year as a junior, and this year looking to win that gold medal at the NCAA championships in St. Louis in March.
In creating separation, I guess, is the best way to put it. I mean, let's face it, a lot of guys that he competed against last year's NCAA champion. I mean, Thomas Gilman was right there. I mean, he's been right there for the last couple of years. Forget the big match that he had in the semifinals, an overtime pin. Nathan Tomasello, and that was really got him going, some momentum into that. But last year just seemed to be Nico Megaludis' year, and you could kind of almost say the way that the same thing for Gilman can be his year, the way he's going out and attacking this field. I mean, Lambert is not an easy guy to put 10 points up on Tim, and he's just rolling right through him.
Well, I think you and I were talking, I think if Gilman just takes care of business and wrestles his style, he is going to be almost impossible to beat, because when he keeps it under control and keeps the motor going, boy, he's tough to score on.
Yeah, and to add to that, you know, here's where he's so good, is he's able to go ahead and stuff the head, front headlock position, is get to that leg, and he's so solid finishing here. But you know, we saw in the semifinals where he had a close match with Taro from American University. Got a little heated, a little contested here, but Gilman showed a lot of poise. And I think his focus is just on the wrestling this year, and it's just really exciting to see a guy just do that and focus on what he needs to do to be able to go ahead and become a champion. It's just all there in between the lines.
I think they have a few more seconds on that. There's 17 seconds left on the mat clock. And Gilman, a familiar score. He won twice last year, 12-4 against Lambert. And he's going to have riding time, and he's going to add an extra point there. And he's going to win 13-4. Thomas Gilman's going to get his second, or his 3rd championship, his Midlands championship. Thomas Gilman, number 1 in the nation, number 1 here at Midlands. The senior from Iowa, your Midlands champion at 125 pounds, Thomas Gilman.